Ruben, is it a mixture of emotions, feeling a bit frustrated but also relief that you get the 3 points?
No, today I'm not frustrated. With the situations of the game, of course, if you get a little bit frustration because we were controlling the game. We suffered a goal, one mistake, that can happen. But since the first minute, I felt that the players were fine. We're trying to play. We managed to score 2 goals, and then the send-off changed a little bit the game. But the fight that the guys showed, and especially our fans, help us a lot. So I think we fully deserve the 3 points today.
Speaking to Bruno Fernandes just a couple of minutes ago, he said it feels as though to be a Manchester United player right now you have to suffer. Do you want to get to a situation where you don't have to suffer?
Of course, we have to enjoy this life, but there is some moments that are really hard. But that is natural in every professional. You need to suffer in some moments to enjoy the good moments also. So we have to pass this moment. We have to think just in the next game, not think in the past or in the future. Let's think in the moment. We won this game. Let's prepare for the next one.
A difficult night for Patrick, as you sort of alluded to there. Do you worry in case maybe you think he's not ready for this level yet? It's only been a couple of games that he's been involved.
It's ready because he proved the last game, and any player here can have a mistake like today, Patrick, and then the sent off. He wants to play the ball. Maybe he's a little bit harsh the way he went for the ball, but he's clearly ready for. He's inexperienced, but he's ready for Premier League. But people judge right away. So last week he was okay, good performance against Everton, and today they will say that he's not experienced enough to play in Premier League. But I don't feel that way.
We've talked about confidence before. Do you feel as though you've seen a shift tonight in that performance overall in terms of what you've been looking for?
Was just a game. What I felt is that we start the game in a different way, and you can feel it the way we control the possession. We were more calm with the ball.
Minus the goal.
And that give more credit to my players, because even with that goal we managed to control the game, the tempo of the game, to create situations and then to turn things around. So they did a great job.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's very optimistic, isn't he? After that, full of praise for his players. Do you feel it's justified?
I think that's what he's got to do. He has to find a way of instilling confidence in this team, and I think if he's going to come out and berate people publicly at this moment in time, then I think that's where we're going against that. He's got to build that confidence, and I think there was parts of the game here where he could do that with his players, and I'm sure behind closed doors it'll be nitpicking here and there, as managers do, and rightly so. But I think the big thing is they went a goal down here at Old Trafford, pressure immense, and responded in a positive way.
And they've got an opportunity now, haven't they? They've got Fulham in the Cup, Sociedad in the Europa League, and then Arsenal here in the Premier League. But they've got a couple of fixtures now, with no disrespect to the opposition, where they could potentially string a run of victories together.
Yeah, they got a couple of winnable fixtures, definitely, but with all the noise going off behind the scenes, and we spoke about it before the game, a win always makes everyone feel better. The supporters are feeling better, the staff are feeling better, it fills you with confidence. So it doesn't matter how it's done. Winning football matches is his job, and he's done it today, so it just puts a smile on everyone's face. It makes you feel better. 2 winnable fixtures going into Arsenal here, so definitely.
Connie McLaughlin.
Thank you very much for that, Emma. Guys, another hard-fought 90 minutes, crucial goal for you, Harry, but I guess an even more crucial 3 points.
Yeah, obviously really important. We found ourselves in a difficult position this year, and coming into the game we knew it was a big game for us. We had to change our home form around, and we obviously give them a goal. Obviously a poor mistake on our behalf, and then we took control of the game, and I felt like we was playing really well. We were playing some of our best football probably of the season, especially in that first half, and then to lose a man again in, I think that's 3 in our last 2 months or so. So we made it difficult. We knew the second half would be tough. And obviously we scored from a set play, which was really important, and managed to hold on in the end.
Bruno, I heard you saying almost in jest that if you're not suffering right now, it doesn't feel like Manchester United, but does it kind of feel that way as a player out there at the moment?
No, the moment is what it is. You know, like we've been suffering, we know that. We're not being at our best. As H said, probably today, when you're playing your best football, you concede a goal so early, but still get back to the game. We scored from 2 set pieces, but we were completely in control of the game, playing between the lines, finding the spaces, finding the gaps. I think he's still missing that little bit of aggressiveness going forward. When we beat our opposition between the lines and we turn, we need to be more aggressive going into their box. But we're gonna get that. We're gonna be that. You could feel in moments that it's not working, but for some reason the manager wants us to do that. And if he wants us to do that, they watch so many games, they prepare themselves. We have a big staff, not only the ones that came with him, but the ones who are already here. We have great people behind the team to work on that. So if they do that in the right way, we just have to come on the pitch and show it. And as I said, we need to have more confidence, be more brave to show our character and our qualities.
Harry, will you do the honours for me, please? Because Bruno, you are the player of the match. Congratulations, well done. Nice one, guys. Thank you.
And this is how the table looks as a result of these midweek fixtures. Manchester City move up into 4th above Chelsea. Manchester United, you can see that they started the day 15th. They are up to 14th, but Ipswich still 5 points adrift of Wolves, and Leicester play tomorrow. So we will watch with interest how that one unfolds. So a vital victory, a vital 3 points for Manchester United in this one. Rio, did you see much progress in this United side tonight from the side that played in Amorim's first game back in November where these teams drew 1-1?
No, I think if we're being brutally honest, there's not been the progress that we all anticipated. We have to understand where he came from and how successful he had been, and the silverware he'd brought to Sporting Lisbon. The anticipation of him coming was like, wow, what an opportunity we've got now with this young manager who's been ultimately successful in his time there, and it hasn't transferred here. I actually sat with him the other day and he was like, you can see there's a desire, you can see there's a work ethic behind the scenes, and he's nipping at everything to try to get this right and turn it around, but things haven't been smooth for him. And he hasn't managed to get it to where he wants to at this point in time. But I think he needs to just get to the end of the season and really regroup and then start building again and build the team and coaching the team, because right now they've been stuttering along, and that's probably being polite in the way I've said that. And they've just got to get to the end of the season.
Do you think it's the players? Do you think it's a couple of transfer windows you need?
Yeah.
Get to the end of the season, get some players in.
Yeah, the way that he wants to play, I watched Sporting Lisbon a few times in Europe especially. They were an athletic, dynamic team. That was one of the staples of their team. The hallmarks of that good team that was winning things. This team they're not a mobile, dynamic team. And if you look through the heartbeat of this team, they have other qualities, but being physical, having the ability to overrun teams physically, they don't have that capacity.
Xerxes not that up front, is he?
Xerxes
not that.
Maguire,
lacking a confidence.
It's not their game. So I think he needs to find those type of players with the capabilities of carrying out not only tactically what he wants, but the physicality is equally important.
Between now and then, though, he's got to get results, hasn't he? And in this game, they got off to the worst possible start. We spoke before the game about what he would be instructing them: come out, get the crowd on side, don't let Ipswich get a fast start. And look what unfolded after 4 minutes.
I was surprised by this one. Dogu didn't see the keeper coming out. I don't think Onana should have come out, and it's a hopeful ball, just a ball in behind, simple ball in behind. It should be dealt with. It wasn't, and yeah, you're right. It's off to a terrible start for them.
It shows you if you chase lost causes and you just make yourself a nuisance, you sometimes get a little bit of luck, and that's what he's got there, Philogene. And I thought he was in the first half. He had 2 moments, scored 2 goals, but there it's opportunistic, and he just finds a way that, listen, the young defender there, he's made a mistake, but you've got to be in and around it to capitalise. You as a striker, this is your game.
Yeah, you just got to chase lost causes there, and we saw 2 managers today that like playing football. But a lot of the goals came from balls in behind and runners in behind. You always need that in a team. And teams are obsessed now with playing in between and coming in the pocket and playing in front of teams. But what we saw today was balls in the box, balls in behind, chasing lost causes. And that's where the goals came from, ultimately.
Yeah, it is. And I guess Ruben Amorim at this point would have had his head in his hands, but it's all about the United reaction, and they did manage to draw themselves level. Sam Morsley came back into the team, and he was a bit unlucky, but it was a great delivery, wasn't it, from Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah, you can say unlucky, but sometimes the delivery forces mistakes, or it forces a lot of anxiety within a back line. and that's what you saw there. Great delivery, but also Xerxes' position at the front post, making it difficult to see the ball coming in.
And this another one, another unbelievable delivery. Got on the ball, it was fastest to the ball in the box. Good finish, but again, it's all about the delivery into the box. And if you look at any league across the world, at any point, any season, the teams at the best of set pieces are at the top of the league, the teams at the worst are at the bottom, whether that be corners, free kicks. And it's so important to have a Bruno in the team to deliver.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, Alex Palmer's unlucky there with his 2 saves, but when you've got somebody that can deliver a ball like Bruno Fernandes, we saw it on several occasions here this evening, anything is actually possible.
Yeah, it is, and again, I'm sure Ruben Amorim is frustrated in the fact that he has to play Bruno so deep in his team because he's so vital in terms of creativity. You want to get him closer to the opposition goal. He's playing very much deeper, still impacting the game, but he want to get people back to be able to fill that road in the middle of the pitch to push him further forward, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think the first half, if you look at Dorgu and Garnacho, who were back in the team, I think if you look at the link up between them both, I think there's positives to be taken there. They were the 2 best players for me in the first half of United, causing all sorts of problems down this left-hand side. So, unfortunate to get sent off and then taken off straight away, but it was positive signs from them.
That's the thing. Dorgu was playing well, wasn't he? But it was a tackle on Hutchison that ended up being a straight red card. I mean, can you have any arguments with this one, Rio?
I don't think so, no. I don't think there's any arguments at all. It's a bad touch and he slides in there on a slippery surface. I don't think there's any malice in it. I think he was genuinely going for the ball. But when you're going in with your studs up, the rules today suggest that you can't do that. So
yeah, I think it's just a bad touch from Amari, which it sucked him in a little bit to go for the ball. I don't think he would have done it if it was close contact. And as Rio said, I don't think there's malice in it. And when you catch someone studs up across the shins, it's a straight red.
Yeah, so the manager would be hoping to get to half-time with that 2-1 lead, but things did go from bad to worse because the red card was very closely followed by a second goal, wasn't it, for Ipswich? And it was Philogene again, and, well, once again, just not great defending, not to put too fine a point on it.
Yeah, I would argue maybe De Ligt could hold the line and keep a strong line, but it's difficult. There's no pressure on the ball. So maybe you do have to go back in it, but he's got to mark goal side. That's the problem. He isn't goal side, and Delap is owning that situation there. And then that little run across the front, which John can kind of talk about a bit more, puts the goalkeeper's eye line off.
It was a movement before that. It was a two yards. He took to the right first. He's gone in between them. He's took his yards off him, and then he's moved, and De Ligt's dropped in. And then it's just getting across the keeper's eye line, and he's unlucky not to get a touch. But Onana can't do much about it, and it's a great ball in because you see free kicks like that balls in as long as you're hitting the target or in between the sticks, you got a chance of going in.
What I would say, from a Man United defensive point of view, forget the ball in the people in the box as well. Get out to people, stop crosses. You're paid to do that. Sometimes a bit of intensity and desire to get out there and make it difficult for the man on the ball to put balls into your box where it's very dangerous.
Yeah, well, it was all square at half-time, albeit that Ipswich did have the one-player advantage. But what a reaction from Man United in the second half. Harry Maguire, we know what he's capable of at set pieces, and this header was, unstoppable.
Yeah, Harry's one of the best in the business in both boxes in terms of heading the ball. I mean, at the weekend he didn't show that defensively, but in this, when he's attacking balls, you've seen with England shirts, he's so dangerous in these areas. He's timing, he's running, he's brave, and when he does get his head on the ball, he knows where to put it. And again, a wonderful delivery. Great execution on the end of it from Harry.
What I'm surprised about there, you've got markers usually at set piece and you've got blockers, and there's 3 people block them, but
none of them will get near him.
Philogene on a penalty spot, and he's one person you don't want to be on the penalty spot trying to head out. So I was surprised by that. Good finish, good desire to show and get on the end of set pieces. So a well worked corner routine.